So this is just my standard setups. Storm, Leech, 6 abilities, Adamant Roadhog for that last one, which is pretty nice. And I have a max Thermo Nuke and a max Last Stand. Standard Avenger, AJ, standard abilities here, maxed Thermo Nuke and decent high Last Stand. I like Shredders on my Leech or my Phantom. It gives me a little bit more range play with. And then here's my Igniter Leech. 1 to Corona helps me lock down. Also standard abilities on that guy. And I had 2 Thermo Nukes on that. And this is my Avenger Falcon. I think right now the Glory Falcon's a little bit better. But, alright, so these games are at 150% speed. I tried 180, but it was too fast to actually see anything. And excuse my cold. So for Castle, I like to drop that Phantom, and sometimes I'll run left here if I don't see anybody going left, but I think I saw a couple going left. Decided to just help out with the bridge, stand their ground, and I'm just not even going to get that. Well, I guess I got that beacon, but usually I just run past it if I'm worried about getting this one. Goal here is just to kind of get to safety, hang out. This is a fortunate hook here. Good coverage. And I have my ability on cooldown, so I'm taking more damage than I'd like. So Phantom, I'm just coming out and poking. I see this area is vulnerable, and as soon as the Last Stand hits, I blink away. And I should have ran better to safety there, but hanging out. Got my ability, and always strafe and run sideways, making it harder to be hit. Again, notice I'll hit my phase early. You can hit your phase shift, or not your phase, but your blink. It takes about a second to do it, so what I like to do is shoot, and when I know I'm about in trouble, I'll hit it about a second before I want to actually blink, so I'm not stuck out there getting shot by 3 or 4 people. So notice I'm blinking early, still doing a little bit of damage, and get back to safety. Nice thing about the Phantom is it got a crazy fast cooldown, and so you're really just playing off of everybody else's cooldowns. You're not playing off of the bots, their strengths. That's a Leech. I don't even want any of that, so I just hide. We'll just wait. I'll poke a little bit because he's not looking. Again, just hanging to cover. Always want to be patient and drop that blink point early and see how that kind of ran into the face of a Vipers, and just blink back, wait, and now his abilities are on cooldown, and I can go in, do a little bit of damage, and I just blinked back. I didn't want to deal with too much there. I guess there's somebody at home I'm a little worried about, but still just going to keep pushing. I'm kind of dragging this spot out a little bit. Maybe not always the best thing. I can't decide who I want to shoot. And I should have probably stayed a little bit longer there, take advantage of my Last Stand. Here, so run it in, and I just blink back in here. Done. Vipers are bad for Leech, so I'm trying to get to cover quick, even though I have my ability up. So here's a big mistake here. I didn't have my ability, and I kind of stuck my head up there, and notice I lost pretty much all my health. Had to phase shift, which was unfortunate, but better to phase shift and keep your Last Stand. Okay, I got my ability, so I'm okay here, and I'm going. I got 1 second. That was a shame. Lost my Last Stand, but I can get to safety. And I'm just going to reload. Try not to get burnt by that AJ. Here we go. My ability's ready. I'm getting leeched, so I want to make sure mine's active. I'm not too worried about shooting that leech because he's leeching me, and minimal damage my way. That was a mistake on my part. I should have been moving back a little bit earlier. Took a lot of damage. This guy, I don't know what the Ares was thinking, but I guess I'll take it. That guy's just out in the open, so we'll get that guy. Always trying to go back to cover before my ability, and this is weird, little glitchy step with the controller, you occasionally start tripping over your own feet. So I'm waiting for my igniters to reload. My ability is up, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit this thing with splash, and that was a cool Alming falling to the ground. Now this game's almost over, so I think I'm just getting a little bit anxious to participate in the fun, because this wasn't the smartest move. We're going to do one more here. Fortunately, this is a nice close range. Be a little bit more aggressive. So I like to, I know typically you want to get that left beacon, but I like to go right into the center with this guy. First drop. And I'm just begging my... so notice how I hung my... didn't use my ability right away until I knew I was getting hit. So now I can just do a little bit of damage where I can. Ability's out, so I'm going to hide. And my poor pursuer friend is getting attacked by this Strider, and they flipped that beacon. That's really bad news for me, so we got to go flip that back. This is not, igniters don't, they do great, but you really want to stay at like 250 meters. Just not enough damage at this range to deal, and I had to use a phase shift here, which I hate to do. So now I'm in a lot of trouble, but we're going to try to milk this as much as possible. Luckily I got my ability ready. That guy was lucky enough to jump away, but I flipped it at least to white. That helps. Now I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope that they get that, and try to assault the center a little bit, pull them off of that side. Pursuer, that's unfortunate. I have nobody close enough to change my target low, so I just have to kind of be patient here. They phase shifted. This first shot, when they're coming... Okay, I had to super slow this a little bit down because I'm trying to show the advantage of the phase shift in your first shot. So notice how when you're coming out of phase shift, you can basically get one shot for free, which is instantaneous, and especially with storms when you can do so much damage. You want to make sure you're holding down the fire button and pretty much ready to shoot immediately. So as soon as I come out of phase, I'm going to hit the leech once, and then I'm going right back to cover because I know that he's not going to be able to react fast enough to... and this phase shift trick with the first shot is also something I consider when I'm battling another leech. I will purposely try to get cover when I know they're coming out of phase, because I know I can't react to their first shot. So once they come out of phase, I know it's fair game, and then I'll attack. Cool. So fortunately, I thought I had my anti-control active there, but I didn't. So I'm retreating temporarily. I see that Ares shield, so I'm going to milk that a little bit, but couldn't quite get any shots. Cooldown, I got 5 seconds on both my things, so I'm just going to take it easy for a moment. See an opening. I can move in. This is actually a pretty weak Falcon, so not too worried about it. Retreating and hitting that Titan while I can. Here, another phase shift. I think that's 3 phase shifts on this game. And notice I'm always zipping back and forth. Fortunately, it looked like that Falcon was reloading, so that helped. But a lot of people don't land all your shots if you're kind of, zigzagging. That was a Leo from earlier, so I'm going to shoot him in the back just because I have a low self-esteem. And that feels pretty good there. And storms with shot grouping do great damage. They're not perfect, but they do. I have no idea what that is, so I'm just gonna... I had to hit my ability just to get out of there safe. And that's the advantage of playing with this controller, is I don't have to fumble with the screen. Pretty much hit it as soon as I want. So I still have no idea what this is, but I'm noticing I'm doing decent damage. So that Falcon, this is a tougher Falcon, and I got range on it, so I'm really not doing much. And that was a bad move on my part because I kind of got pinched between those two. Got to my last stand, which wasn't ideal. But we're doing better on the beacons, pushing them back. Notice there, I tried to tease out that ability, and then once the ability was out, I could kind of use the cover as long as possible, and then use my ability and get close. Okay, tightened. This is a problem. I phase shifted. Again, we're kind of down. I wanted to make sure. Wasn't the best use of phase shift there, but really trying to make sure we win this game. But fortunately, it looks like we're 5-3 right now. So as long as we keep 4 beacons, we should be good. Worried about the AJ flying above me, so I'm kind of running to the left. And I'm zigzagging, going to teleport just for safety. And this is a far teleport back, so probably wasn't ideal. But Phantom likes to just go in and poke. It's not like, I mean, it can brawl, but if you really want to keep it alive, then you poke. And notice there, didn't need to teleport. It's so fast, you could just kind of change directions. Okay, phase shift, that sucks. Shoot a little bit. Just I'm still moving to the side. Fortunately, I didn't take too much damage there. And we were able to pull this one. Falcon. Yeah. Fortunately, my buddies all murderized that guy faster than he could murderize me. So that was a little bit more of a brawling game. You can see did decent damage there. Okay, beacons. Nothing super fancy.